Thanks for tuning in to this week's news recap. First headline, OpenSea and NFTs continue hockey sticking. OpenSea, the Ethereum-based NFT marketplace, is shattering previous all-time highs in August. As of press time on Thursday, August 19th, OpenSea has done $1.1 billion in volume in August alone, according to data from Dune Analytics. For context, the marketplace did just under $700 million total from January through July. Accompanying the hockey stick-like growth in volume, as Frederick Haga put it on Unchained earlier this week, user activity is also surging. Over the past 30 days, about 125,000 users interacted with the platform, a 172% increase over the previous 30-day chunk, and a rough equivalent to the number of users trading on Uniswap. Transactions have also skyrocketed, jumping to 1.41 million, good for a 160% increase month over month. In related NFT news, SuperRare, also an NFT marketplace, launched the Rare Curation token on Tuesday in an effort to decentralize the project. Through the new tokens, 15% of which were airdropped to past users of the platform, holders will be able to vote on the opening of additional spaces or art galleries, as well as obtain commissions from each sale on SuperRare. Next headline. Robinhood, along with Mark Cuban and Vitalik Buterin, are letting the Doge out. According to Robinhood's Q2 earnings report, crypto trading had a considerable impact on the company's bottom line, with 41% of total revenue coming as the direct result of crypto trading. The company also reported that 60% of Robinhood users traded crypto during Q2. To put Robinhood's growing reliance on crypto into perspective, in Q4 2020, crypto trading only accounted for 2% of the company's revenue. In Q1 2021, only 17% of the app's total revenue was derived from crypto trading. Interestingly, the company's filing noted that Dogecoin was the crypto of choice for customers, saying 62% of our cryptocurrency transaction-based revenue was attributable to transactions in Dogecoin. Speaking of Dogecoin, the meme coin was involved in two headlines that can only be described as, well, head-scratching. First, last Friday, Dallas Mavericks owner and Shark Tank shark Mark Cuban told CNBC, quote, "The community for Doge is the strongest when it comes to using it as a medium of exchange." This week, he doubled down on his Doge thoughts, tweeting, quote, "The point about Doge that people miss is that Doge's imperfections and simplicity are its greatest strengths. You can only use it to do two things, spend it or hodl it. Both are easy to understand, and it's cheap to buy, which makes it a community anyone can join and enjoy." Second, on Monday, it was announced that the Dogecoin Foundation has been reestablished after a 6-year hiatus to support Doge development. Among the Doge OGs named as advisors to the foundation, you can find Vitalik Buterin, the creator of Ethereum, sitting as the blockchain and crypto advisor, and Jared Birchall, a developer hand-selected by Elon Musk to oversee legal and financial matters. Next headline. Facebook Financial's leader says Novi is ready to launch. On Wednesday, David Marcus, leader of Facebook Financial and Novi, published a blog post relaying his confidence in Facebook's stablecoin wallet project, despite 2 years of regulatory hurdles. Marcus wrote, quote, "Novi is ready to come to market. It's regulated, and we're confident in our operational ability to exceed the high standards of compliance that will be demanded of us." He added, quote, "In the US, we have secured licenses or approvals for Novi in nearly every state, and we will not launch anywhere we have not yet received such clearances. The DM Association has become an independent entity." For those in need of a refresher, Novi initially launched back in 2019 under the name Calibra as a wallet designed to host Facebook's stablecoin project Libra, which was started at roughly the same time. Since then, Libra, now known as Diem, has famously struggled to get off the ground due to regulatory obstacles and key partners, such as Visa and PayPal dropping out. While Diem struck a deal with the US-based Silvergate Bank about 4 months ago, the project has yet to mint any tokens. According to a report from the block, sources are attributing the holdup to regulatory headwinds. The same report notes that Novi is ready to move on from Diem and work with a new stablecoin. Novi has already held discussions with several third-party stablecoin issuers, including Paxos and Circle. Next headline. DeFi hack roundup, including the hack that never was. Just pulled off maybe the biggest white hat rescue ever, Paradigm researcher Sam Sun tweeted cryptically earlier this week before dropping a post titled, "Two Rights Might Make a Wrong," outlining a crazy sequence of events that went into patching a vulnerability in SushiSwap's fundraising platform Miso. According to Sun, the vulnerability centered on a flawed auction process and could have resulted in a loss of 109,000 Ethereum, worth $350 million. Essentially, a hacker could have reused the same ETH in a bid over and over again and, quote, bid in the auction for free until the entire token sale, which in this case was BitDAO's bid, was drained. Luckily, Sam and a group of colleagues were able to identify and patch the bug in the platform in less than 5 hours with the help of the Sushi team. The BitDAO auction, therefore, went off without a hitch, raising over 112,000 ETH. In related news, the Japanese exchange Liquid lost $74 million in a hack that saw its hot wallets exploited in a security breach. At publishing time, the exchange had suspended deposits and withdrawals and is moving all assets into cold storage. According to Unchained data, the attacker was able to get away with 106 Bitcoin and $69 million worth of ERC20 tokens. The Poly network hacker who carried out the $600 million attack on the cross-blockchain project 2 weeks ago is now refusing to return the remaining funds. The hacker appears frustrated that Polygon has not yet unfrozen $33 million in stablecoins. Quote, "Your essays are becoming very convincing while your actions are showing your distrust. What a funny game. You don't even think to unlock my USDT account," the hacker wrote to the Polygon team before adding that they are, quote, "not ready to publish the key in this week," which would return the funds. On Polygon's side, it seems they are trying their best to get the funds returned safely. The team has already offered a $500,000 bug bounty for discovering the exploit and is referring to the hacker as a white hat. The hacker will also be given the opportunity to join the team as an advisor. Next headline. Polygon and Hermez complete the first blockchain merger. Polygon, an Ethereum scaling project, has acquired Hermez Network, a ZK rollup layer 2 solution for $250 million. This, to the best of our knowledge, is the first ever full-blown merger of blockchain networks where one network will completely absorb the other, including its token, as Polygon co-founder Mihailo Bielik told The Block. Hermez, or HEZ, will now become PolygonHermes, with the 26 members of its staff moving over to the Polygon team. As part of the merger, HEZ token holders can swap for Matic at a ratio of 3.5 Matic to 1 Hez. Polygon has allocated roughly 12.5% of its treasury to pay for the acquisition. The PolygonHermes merger is the first part of Polygon's new focus on ZK technology, which helps scale Ethereum by bundling transactions outside of the Ethereum mainnet, making for cheaper transactions. Bielik said, quote, "We consider ZK cryptography the single most important strategic resource for blockchain scaling and infrastructure development, and we have a clear goal of becoming the leading force and contributor in this field in years to come." With the Hermez merger, Polygon has already allocated 25% of the $1 billion it pledged to spend specifically on ZK infrastructure. Next headline. SEC Chair Gary Gensler thinks DeFi can be regulated. In an interview with the Wall Street Journal on Wednesday, SEC Chair Gary Gensler said that DeFi projects that reward users with tokens or incentives could be regulated, no matter how decentralized they say they are. According to Gensler, DeFi, quote, "is a bit of a misnomer, as many platforms are similar to the types of centralized entities the SEC oversees. There's still a core group of folks that are not only writing the software, like the open source software, but they often have governance and fees," said Gensler. "There's some incentive structure for these promoters and sponsors in the middle of this." Earlier this month, Gensler made similar comments, stating that in his view, quote, "the legislative priority should center on crypto trading, lending, and DeFi platforms." However, not all regulators feel that crypto should be treated with such a heavy hand. In an open letter to Gensler, Representatives Patrick McHenry and Glenn Thompson professed their belief that increased crypto trading would be a, quote, "concerning roadmap that will have long-term implications on the country." The two added, quote, "rather than regulate innovation and job creation out of this country, we should promote an active dialogue between regulators and market participants." Additionally, Representatives Tom Emmer and Darren Soto are working toward creating better crypto legislation in the US by reintroducing the Blockchain Regulatory Certainty Act on August 17th. It aims to provide a safe harbor for blockchain firms that do not hold customer assets, which would be very helpful in light of the infrastructure bill's broad language concerning crypto brokers. In a statement on the announcement, Emmer said, quote, certain blockchain developers and service providers, like miners and multi-signature service providers, should not have to register as money transmitters because they never custody consumer funds. And lastly, to round out the hard news of the week, CFTC Commissioner Brian Quintenz, who is known for being pro-crypto and was a recent guest on the show, just announced that he will be leaving office at the end of August. Time for fun bits. Crypto adoption is up 880% compared to 2020. Blockchain analytics firm Chainalysis published a preview of its 2021 Geography of Cryptocurrency report this week, which measures crypto adoption worldwide. According to Chainalysis's data, crypto adoption grew by a whopping 880% over the past year. The report uses metrics such as on-chain value received, on-chain value transferred, and peer-to-peer exchange trade volume to rank the crypto adoption rate amongst 154 countries. At the head of the leaderboard by a significant margin was Vietnam, followed by India, Pakistan, and Ukraine. Interestingly, both China and the US dipped compared to last year. In 2020, China ranked 4th in global crypto adoption, and the US ranked 6th. This year, the US ranks 8th, and China fell to 13th. And actually, for the last fun bits, my assistant wants me to tell a little story, which is that my old hairdresser reached out to me, and he had moved to the West Coast, and we were DMing at 8 a.m. Eastern time, and I said, it's 5 a.m. for you. What are you doing? And he was like, oh, I'm waiting for this NFT drop. So in case you're wondering just how crazy all this NFT stuff is going, you can talk to my DGen former hairdresser who is all into this and has, one of those nifty JPEG PFPs and everything. All right. So thanks for tuning in. To learn more about Kyle, Multicoin Capital, and Solana, be sure to check out the links in the show notes. Unconfirmed is produced by me, Laura Shin, with help from Anthony Yoon, Mark Murdoch, and Daniel Ness. Thanks for listening.